The energy. These guys are ready to go. There's a look at downtown Los Angeles from the air. We're coming to you live from the Staples Center. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has shown over the years that he remains one of the most versatile stars in the league. He said, "I pride myself on being effective on both ends. I try to do it all, play the right way, and just get lost in the game. I'll do everything I can to win." And guys, there's still not much he can't do with his combination of size and athleticism.
David, he clearly is a special talent, and his resume shows it. Thank you. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. You look at Memphis, they're down at the 7th position right now. Decent start to the season, but they're looking to make a move. And, of course, the Clippers, a game and a half out.
You know, for Los Angeles, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Now, look at Memphis's starting group. Anderson and Jackson inside. Ja Morant, he's out there with DeAnthony Melton. And it's Brooks in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Clippers, George in the front court, along with Leonard. Norman Powell is out there with Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Greg, when it comes to load management, why do we see more of it now than when you play?
Well, for me, the science of sport has evolved. And it's not just the athlete. It's the technology and the science that goes into making a better athlete. That's why you're seeing load management far more acceptable to the masses now, understanding that this is about the long game.
And it's Morant missing. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Morant with the steal. Anderson outside. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. And here's Los Angeles. Here's Powell. Down low. And that one is good from Zubac.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Morant dishes to Jackson. And he banks in the layup.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
George against Brooks. Leonard looking over the floor. Zubac. He can't get that one. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Here's Melton. A three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, a wide-open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And Leonard gets it to go.
This guy loves to help his team space the floor. You have to respect Kawhi's range. He will make you pay.
For Memphis, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That is his first foul of the game.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Jackson against Morant. Leonard the pass to George. Leonard inside, defended by Anderson. They grab their own miss. Zubac, that's good. Zubac has got his second bucket.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates really, really strong.
Yeah, we're seeing some early signs that he is on his game. That putback's a good illustration of the work he's ready to put in tonight.
Now here's Brooks, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit.
Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
And Greg, you look at the power that Kawhi Leonard plays with. Incredibly strong for his position.
And, Kevin, it helps him finish through contact on offense. And it also lets him guard bigger men. Kawhi makes great use of that strength on the wing.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Morant scanning the floor.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
George passes to Jackson. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And there was a slight panic in L.A. when Kawhi opted out of his deal. It quickly went away as Kawhi signed a new one with the Clippers. The Clippers can build knowing Kawhi is in it for the long haul. Always nice to know you have a star that you can win with.
While we have the chance, we'd like to reveal the list of the past month's best fast break teams in the NBA. The Grizzlies 4th. 5th, the Clippers.
Great play from both of these teams in the open court. You love the energy and effort they've displayed lately here in getting out and forcing the issue.
Now here's Morant. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Clock at 6. Anderson against Leonard. A nice shot by Anderson.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Outside, George, stolen by Anderson. On the wing, Brooks, guarded by Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And the flush from Jackson Jr., great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Pass to Powell. Here's Jackson. Pass to George. Shot clock at 6. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Melton, and it's all evened up.
What a deft pass by Morant. He finds a wide-open man as quickly as anybody in our league.
Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 16-point game against Phoenix. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Now here's Melton. Guarded by Powell. Up top, Melton. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Jackson. The putback. Left side, Anderson. Now, here's Melton. Guarded by Powell. Melton, no good.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Jackson with it. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, on the catch and shoot, Norman Powell ready to rise and fire.
Morant passes to Melton. And here is Brooks. Back to Melton. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Melton's got 5 points so far.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
George looking over the floor. Leonard kicks to Jackson. And there's the pass to Powell. Let's go. Shoots over Melton. Hits the close-range jumper. Powell's got his second basket of the game.
And that's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Here's Jackson. The Grizzlies making the shot. Inside. Nifty move. No good from Zubac. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Melton and another basket for Memphis.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Jackson passes to Zubac. To the paint, stolen by Anderson. Morant right side to the inside. Stolen by Jackson. Here's Leonard. No good. Good D by Anderson. 3 on 3. Brooks with no one around. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Oh, spacing the floor. Brooks is comfortable shooting it from deep.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Grizzlies. That one was played in Memphis.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
And the Clippers with a whole new lineup now. Let's see some of the numbers here for Kawhi Leonard.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here's Mann. Here's Covington. And that time, also a missed shot. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. And there's the foul. It'll go on Terrence Mann. That is his first foul of the game. Here is Williams. 8 points his last outing. Jones looking for an opening. Adams outside. 6 to shoot. Tillman passes to Jones. Fires from deep. Shot clock reset for Memphis. Adams drawing the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And here is Los Angeles now. Down low, here's Mann, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic dunk.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And so here's Memphis after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's the teardrop. Great D that time from Batum.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Mann passes to Covington. Here's Mann. Left block shot on the way. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
I'll tell you, you have to take pride in finishing through contact. You get the sense Marcus Morris relishes that chance.
Here's Jones. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Boy, you got to love the determination there. He got good position and didn't take any chances. Finished right at the rim.
And it's Jones with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. Trailing by 2. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And guys, they walked into the arena with a certain kind of swagger. And we really saw it play out on the offensive end.
And what surprised me was how easy they made it look. It seemed like they got something out of every possession.
And they pick up 2. Tillman's got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside positions. You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. 1:36 left to play here in the first. Now Jones. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Here's Bain. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
And they've taken advantage of the turnovers they've caused, getting a lot of their offense straight off their defense.
And the first one at the line is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
We've got 1:13 left in the first. Pass to Kennard. Kicks to Batum. It's Covington on the wing. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. That shot wide open.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
59 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pass to Bain.
Well, a bit reckless right there. That's his second foul, and he can't afford to pick up a third.
The Grizzlies shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Kennard. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. The pass to Covington. Kennard against Jones. Kennard kicks to Covington. A three-pointer, no good. Memphis trailing here. Driving inside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. That free throw, no good.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. He hits the second from the line. 29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. To the middle. Here's Kennard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Tyus Jones.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Covington against Jones. On the wing, Williams. Two on the clock. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 2. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And one of the better young two-way big men in the NBA, Jaren Jackson. He talked about how his defensive responsibilities grow.
Probably be more of a backline help, talk more, give more help for the rotations because, you know, depending on what team you play, there's a lot of specific things you got to do to guard a certain player.
Well, with his 7'4" wingspan, Jackson has all the tools to be an elite rim protector.
But advanced understanding of positioning. His father was an NBA player, so he's been taught the game from a young age.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. We've got Marcus Morris. Robert Covington out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the two-guard position. Now here's Jones. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. All right, Greg, you're a lefty. You're on the call tonight. Here we are courtside. Who do you think is the best left-handed player currently in the NBA?
Oh, it's the beard. James Harden, Kevin, no question. But Zion's going to be carrying that torch for us lefties going forward. I have no doubt he'll make us proud.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Feeds it to Covington. Fires the three. They get it again. Here's Batum. Can't connect from short range.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Outside, Jones. And he drives in. Tries again. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Another shot. And two free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And this is his fourth trip to the free throw line tonight.
And he has been really good here at the free throw line in the first half.
And that drops, so they now lead by one. And so he makes both from the line. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Jones against Kennard. Over in the corner, Batum. Three-pointer. They get a hand on it. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. From 13. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
And here's Jones. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Bain, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play. Luke Kennard entered the league with a long history of success, both in the high school and collegiate levels. And this is a guy who I think still has a high ceiling.
And for Kennard, he was a standout player at a very early age.
Well, you can look no further at the state of Ohio and the scoring records he put up. Kennard outscored LeBron James's high school numbers. He has that kind of game where he can just take over with his shooting.
The first free throw is good for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Robert Covington. Paul George comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Powell in for Terrence Mann. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Anderson with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Offensive rebound. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 8.
And I like seeing Jackson use that length on the offensive glass. You don't have to be the most physical guy when you have a wingspan like that.
Sure. He can't get that one to fall. Good D by Anderson. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you. Now, Brooks, after Norman Powell missed from long range. Morant against Kennard. And that one's good. Morant's got the lead up to 5 now for Memphis. And the Clippers call time here.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. And so here are the Clippers. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Powell, the pass to Jackson. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Memphis leading by 5. Morant passes to Brooks. Back to Morant. Anderson up top. He's covered by Leonard.
Well, you have to want to be a good defensive player, and Marcus Morris has committed to being more effective and aggressive contesting shots. That's nice.
Jackson looking around. Inside. Here's George. Bucket is good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Morant. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
How about the handles from the young fella? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
Outside, George. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Powell. Passes it to Leonard. Jackson in the corner. Shot clock at 5. No good on the 3.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Deep 2 from Anderson. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Kicks it to Powell. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Melton, and it's sent back by George.
How about the timing from Paul George on that rejection? Twice on the pipe.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And here are the Grizzlies now. They're on a 16-7 run. Brooks outside. Over George.
Well, we call that defensive chop, right? Paul George is draped all over his man. He will not give up anything easy.
And this kid throws down some mean dunks. Jackson showcasing his athleticism on that one.
An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Stolen by Anderson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Well, that's his 2nd foul. Does he take a more cautious approach here the rest of the half?
Zubac is checked in for Marcus Morris. Jackson against Morant. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now an 11-point Grizzly lead.
Well, it looks like he has put that rough first quarter in the rear view. He's starting to cook here in the 2nd.
Outside Leonard. Now here's Jackson. Leonard with the ball. Takes it inside. And the rejection by Jackson. Just 2 to shoot. And the Clippers miss again.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And Los Angeles guys shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Leonard and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This guy is such an excellent finisher at the rim. He's got incredibly long arms and very strong hands.
And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Now Melton, 7 points in the game. Brooks finds Anderson. Outside Jackson. On the wing, Brooks. Good on the 3-point shot. Brooks has got 6.
He doesn't take a lot of time to make up his mind. Brooks always thinking ahead, and he's in position before the pass is made.
Now here's Leonard. 5 points in the game. Outside Jackson. Leonard against Anderson. The turnaround. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Kawhi Leonard.
What a smooth-looking release from Kawhi Leonard. Doing work in the mid-range. That is his comfort zone.
And how about the hands on Jackson? Makes a good target on that frame and then able to finish off the alley-oop.
And the Clippers call time here.
And if you're wondering if Ja Morant lacks for confidence, Well, look no further than his point guard moniker. This kid is fearless, and he's hungry, and he plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
Clippers trail by 12. Leonard attacking, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
As unassuming as he looks sometimes, Kawhi Leonard finishes with authority off the dribble.
Here's Morant. He's got 6. And Greg, you talk about the fearlessness for Morant, reminiscent of Allen Iverson, the way he throws his body all around.
I mean, get knocked down, get right back up. At the same time, at 6'3", he can add strength to that frame. I know that's the goal of his as he looks to absorb contact and dish out a little of his own.
To the inside, Morant with the steal. 2 on none, no one back to stop this. Goes back up. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Grizzlies lead by 15. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room ready to run. Their transition game has been in full effect.
And here's Morant. To the middle. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
A big night for Jackson so far. He's a talented scorer and only getting better.
Leonard against Anderson. Leonard dishes to George. Missed inside.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers trail by 14. There's a minute 47 left now here in the second. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, very hard to deal with Kawhi Leonard in the pick and roll. His mobility allows him to be an effective roller.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
So you think about a guy like Norman Powell, who was really in the second round drafted because of elite athleticism and his defensive ability. But boy, has he turned himself into a scorer.
A different look for the Clippers. Robert Covington's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Batum comes in for George. Mann subbed in for Reggie Jackson. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Adams, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. Tillman comes in for Anderson. Williams, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Jones subbed in for DeAnthony Melton. Now here's Jones.
And no question for Powell. It seems like better shot selection has led to better efficiency.
Yeah, I agree. That and the consistency from range. This guy can rise up under pressure and hit the jumper. And if you crowd him, he's going to put it on the deck and use that speed to go by you.
And he knocks down the first one.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Clippers trail by 14. Powell kicks to Zubats. Jones against Powell. From 12 feet out, and Batum gets it to go on the assist by Powell. Batum's got his first points of the game. Morant right side. The Grizzlies with another miss. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Here's Mann. He's got 8. Covington finds Batum. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. 30 seconds left here in the second. 6 on the shot clock.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And that one falls for Jones.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
And so Jones nails both of them. And it's the Clippers with the ball. It's a 14-point game. Powell against Jones. Here's Powell. Three-pointer. And so it's Jaren Jackson making highlights for Memphis. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Duran Lou. Duran, what problems are you seeing out there?
We have to make shots. We just got to relax and we got to keep playing.
Thanks for your time, Duran. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Jaren Jackson Jr. just been playing terrific basketball in this one. He had 18 points, 13 rebounds, and 1 block. He's been a different player than he was in their last outing when he was off his game. He's rounded back into form tonight. Kenny, what was your take on Memphis?
And the game plan they went with was very clear. It was centered around scoring inside. Pound that ball inside, pound it in the paint, try to get the high percentage shot. And because of this assertive attitude, they've got the edge where it counts.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Clippers?
And one of the main reasons they're down right now is because of their rebounding problems. They're getting outworked, outclassed, not bringing the intensity, not willing to get their hands dirty. They're playing like wimps.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic out there by Jaren Jackson.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Anderson and Jackson inside. Morant is out there with the Anthony Melton. And it's Brooks in at the small forward. And Anderson gets it to go.
A solid distributor. I think Jackson is gifted at reading defenses and then being able to spot the open teammate.
Now here's Leonard. On the wing, George. Stolen by Anderson. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. And the Grizzlies leading by 16. Now here's Morant. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And coming out of high school, John Morant said he was a no-star recruit. One reason he may have been overlooked was his small-town upbringing, growing up in Dalzell, South Carolina.
No good at the stripe this time. His second misses also. And even though he played on an AAU team with Zion Williamson, scouts, Greg, were looking right past John Morant.
And didn't get a lot of offers at first. After 2 years at Murray State, he joined Steph Curry and Damian Lillard as another star point guard out of a mid-major program.
And to this day, he carries that underdog chip on his shoulder.
And George with the stuff.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Powell against Morant. Here he goes. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Leonard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Jackson, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Morant against Powell. Throws it up high. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And the dunk by Powell.
The leaping ability of Norman Powell. Throw it down, sir.
And here are the Grizzlies now. At one point, they led by 16. Anderson outside. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Here's Morant. That one doesn't go. The Clippers go the other way with it.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game. The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. 10-point lead. Pass to Jackson. Now Melton. Shot clock at 6. Anderson. And Anderson is right there. Anderson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now, here's Zubac. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. From 13, again, Los Angeles.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
To the paint, here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Down low. And the dunk by Zubac.
The defense has zero clue on how to guard Paul George. A screen and roll genius. Fantastic at knowing when to pass.
Memphis leading by 10. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. It's Morant with the drive. Really left alone that time. Brooks has got 12 in the game.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Brooks against Jackson. The pass to George. Here's the drive. Anderson with the block. And they'll keep possession. And the dunk by Zubac. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's Morant missing. Clippers trail by 11. Powell with it. 12 points for him. To the inside, Leonard. And the lead is down inside single digits. He's got 13.
One of those nights where Kawhi Leonard just decides, I'm going to take over.
The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Melton passes to Jackson. From 12 feet out. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Outside, George. There's the triple. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jackson's got 15 rebounds here tonight. A 3 from Morant. And another miss by Memphis.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And it's George missing.
And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Here's Morant. And there it is for him.
Well, the contact can't trip Morant up. He just glides past it and into his shot.
Anderson with the block. Brooks against George. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Goes back up. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket. Brooks has got 5 points now in the quarter. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Memphis.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
And not to mention all the steals they've piled up. They've gotten after it defensively.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Nice game. Great performance by Jaren Jackson.
Boy, much needed timeout. This guy's scoring at will, and they've had no answer.
For the Clippers, Marcus Morris comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Kennard in for Jackson. Then for the Grizzlies, Adams comes in for Jackson. And it's Bain in for DeAnthony Melton. Now, here is George. 6 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Leonard with the steal. Off on the layup. Brooks against George. They get it back. A nice shot by Anderson. Anderson's got 8 points.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Kennard on the wing. Brooks covering. Here's George. The shot missing. Adams, some nice D. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. But they're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a 3 for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. That free throw good from Anderson. Tillman, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Jones comes in for John Morant. No good on the second free throw. And Doris, we know that Paul George has always been a solid passer, but his assist numbers have been trending up.
Yeah, he's been willing of late to take on more playmaking responsibilities. The skill set was there. It's just early in his career, they needed him to be the lead scorer. Now you're talking about a guy you've got to game plan against as a scorer and as a passer. Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
And the Grizzlies leading by 14. Anderson outside. He kicks it to Jones. Drives to the hoop. George with the defensive effort.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Kennard's shot is off. Memphis has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Here's Tillman, and the rejection by Leonard.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
Miss number 7 from the field. He's also made 7. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. It's a 14-point game. Anderson outside. On the wing, Jones. Fires the 3. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. The Grizzlies with another miss. L.A. has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. The shot that time, not on target. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. For the Clippers, Robert Covington's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Batum comes in for George. Mann subbed in for Powell. Williams, he's checked in for Memphis. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Now Jones. 6 points for him. Here's Payne. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Covington. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure. Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
Now here's Jones. A floater, and Covington sends it back. Williams gets the bucket. Clippers trail by 14. And here's Kennard. He's got 8, and that one is hammered home.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Here's Jones. The Clippers getting the bucket.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Jones. And the Clippers making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. And Memphis also making a switch. Morant's checked in. And so Jones nails both of them. Clippers trail by 14. Right wing. Over in the corner, Batum. Pass to Jackson. For 3, Covington. Grizzlies with the rebound. Adams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Morant outside. Kicks to Williams. Clock at 6. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Los Angeles has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Here's Jackson. Adams, some nice D.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Morant against Batum. Morant passes to Adams. Here's Tillman. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Robert Covington picks one up.
Steven Adams could care less about scoring. In fact, you get the sense he takes more pleasure from passing than scoring.
Now here's Jackson. 58 seconds left in the 3rd. To the middle. Here's Covington. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. The 11-footer. The offensive rebound.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
And Adams with the slam.
Boy, the strength and the activity of Steven Adams makes him a force on the backboards.
Jackson. And he can't stop the run as he misses. And the Grizzlies leading by 19. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. This is his 2nd trip to the free throw line.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
Jackson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Oh, my goodness. You cannot give up a lane to the cup. Once Marcus Morris sees one, forget about it.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies. There's 14 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. Here's Jackson. Makes it off the glass. Jackson's got 4 this quarter.
You're fighting to keep the possession alive, something this guy does so well.
That will count. Misses the shot. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Clippers trail by 21. So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. We've got Reggie Jackson. Batum is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's man in at the 2-guard. Batum inside the three-point line. That one off the back iron and out. It's Jones on the wing. It's Jackson atop the key. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
With the drive. That shot missing. Adams, some nice D. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
D'Anthony Melton. He's checked in for Memphis. Greg, you've got the unique opportunity right now to watch your son Cole follow in your footsteps. What has changed for players now versus when you played?
Well, I think the players today are so much smarter, and they prepare to be pros at such an earlier age. And honestly, I think that's one of the advantages our league has. You know, you don't have to teach these guys responsibility. You may have to teach them the game, but they are ready, willing, and able to work to achieve their goals.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Brooks checked in for Memphis. Clippers trail by 21. Driving to the basket. Man gets the bucket.
Defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
The Grizzlies shooting 43% for the game. Morant outside. Covington with the steal. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Batum finds Covington. Here's man, guarded by Morant. 5 on the clock. Man can't hit. And the Grizzlies leading by 19 points. Melton with the ball. And Batum picks him up defensively. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
2 points. That one goes. Man's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
For Memphis, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Now a timeout called by Memphis. Melton passes to Morant. Jackson with it. Zubac defending. Back to Melton. Stolen away. Here's man. The putback. The shot off that time. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Morant passes to Brooks. And here's Melton. Here's Morant. Looking to get it going. Brooks for three. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Grizzlies lead by 20.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Well, credit the offense, though. If you're going to come with casual defensive effort, this team's responsibility is to take advantage, and they do.
And a guy like Nick Batum, all but written off, he went through a rebirth after joining the successful Clippers.
Right, you think about Nick Batum, he had to deal with so many injuries. You forget how complete a player he is when healthy. He showed just how important he can be for an elite team.
The first one falls.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Leonard, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Paul George comes in for Marcus Morris. And Norman Powell subbed in for Terrence Mann. And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Six to shoot. A three ball. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 8 rebounds in this game. And Batum kicks to Powell. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Batum against Morant. That one, no good. Great D that time from Batum. And there's Paul George on the assist by Powell.
Well, you love to see Norman Powell be unselfish and find an open teammate. That's pretty.
And here are the Grizzlies now. They lead by 14. Morant passes to Anderson. And they double up Morant. Memphis moving that ball around. Back to Jackson. And the rejection by Zubac. Clock is at 3. Morant, that's for 2. Morant with another miss.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Now here's Morant. Into the lane. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Now, here's Zubac. He dishes it to Leonard. And Batum kicks to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Outside, George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
You have got to be aware of Paul George. He is a knockdown shooter from deep.
Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible.
And so here are the Clippers following the score by Memphis. Leonard against Anderson. Leonard attacking. That shot, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 13. On the wing, Jackson. All sorts of time. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. And now, 24 points for Jaren Jackson. The Clippers have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. George. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And we all know what George brings offensively. but it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
And with Paul George and his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
That free throw good from George.
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. Both good from the line that time.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And the Grizzlies leading by 13. Morant with it. Drives to the hoop. Sweet little floater. Morant's got 10 points in just the second half.
The delicate touch on display there. Gotta love when Morant lets that floater fly off his fingertips. Beautiful.
Now here's Leonard. Outside Jackson. Now here's Powell. He's guarded by Melton. And Leonard gets it to go.
Kawhi Leonard, tremendous timing on that play. You've got to be shot ready on the catch.
Pass to Anderson. Back to Morant. He gets that one. Morant's got 8 here in the quarter.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
George passes to Leonard. Outside Jackson. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Melton. Brooks outside. Morant outside. Anderson passes to Morant. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And that's now 20 points for Ja Morant.
And that speaks to Morant's fearlessness. Even amongst the trees, he is confident, looking to score with the ball.
Pass to Zubac. Outside, George, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ja Morant. That'll be his second foul of the game. On defense, the Grizzlies. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Good on the triple. Jackson's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Clippers.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. 11-point game. Inside. And the dunk by Jackson.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. The pass to Powell. Here's Leonard. Outside for George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
And here's Morant. That one doesn't drop. 90 that time from Leonard.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Here's Brooks. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Brooks has got 5 points now this quarter.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break, mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Ja Morant.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Well, he needed a game like this badly. He's been struggling for a while now, but tonight he broke out of that slump in style. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Taylor Jenkins just reviewed his plan with his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now here's Leonard. Driving the lane, and then Leonard with the dunk.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Morant outside. Brooks outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Here's Morant. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's a lob to Jackson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Outside Jackson. Powell for three. And no good that time. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Passes it to Brooks. Takes the three. And they get it back.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
Up top, Powell. Guarded by Morant. George against Anderson. Powell for three. Brooks grabs the board. The Grizzlies shooting about 45% from the four in the fourth.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Grizzlies.
Nothing like second chance buckets to pick up the scoring pace.
Yeah, it was impressive how they piled on the extra points, hitting the offensive glass, and then also winning the 50-50 ball battle.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series. And what a huge standout performance it was
for Jaren Jackson.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
It feels like they have worked their perimeter game to perfection, swinging the ball, cashing in from the outside. What a performance.
The three. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. So it's Memphis picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, Ja. A lot of swag on this team tonight. Who's responsible for that confidence?
I feel like we all talk to each other, even the coaching staff. Coach let us play with a lot of freedom. Everybody have the green light, so I mean, there's no reason to lack confidence when you have a coach who believes in you every step of the way and just let you go out there and play your game. So we always just preach, keep shooting, make or miss, and we behind you. So
you all look like a confident bunch, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.